Hello and welcome to Richland Spotlight, where we shed a light by talking with city staff about programs, projects, and other things happening in our city. Joining me today is Public Works Director Pete Rogowski. Thanks for joining us, Pete.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
So irrigation obviously has been a hot topic, especially with the drought conditions in this year. And the City of Richland has its own irrigation districts and is going to be looking at some potential rate increases in 2016. But before we get into that, tell me about how Richland services irrigation customers here in Richland.
We have several different isolated geographic areas that, as they were developed in recent decades, didn't have a non-potable or separate irrigation system. And that was determined to be desirable for cost and water management reasons. And so in Horn Rapids and in Columbia Point and a specific little area in South Richland and in our North Richland sort of business or industrial park, we have several different pockets of irrigation service provided by the city.
And this irrigation water comes from?
It comes from either the Columbia River or from wells.
Okay. Now, there were citizens in South Richland who were serviced by Kennewick Irrigation District. They were mandated to reduce watering. How come that didn't seem to affect the Richland irrigation customers?
So the drought that we all heard a lot about was regional in nature, and in our area hit primarily the Yakima River watershed and Yakima River water supplies. So the reason that city customers were insulated from that impact was, again, the Columbia River wasn't use off the Columbia wasn't restricted, and our well sources weren't impacted by those shortages.
Now, next year, 2016, we're considering a rate increase to irrigation customers. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we do our financial planning for these services on like a 3 to 5 year horizon. We put rates in place in 2013, and then our periodic monitoring of that revealed a need to raise rates in 2016. And so we've done the analysis. Our costs are driven by some remaining system improvement or capital construction needs on several of the systems, and then electric utility costs are going up, and a significant portion of costs of delivering irrigation water is pumping it, and so electric energy is a big deal. And then some modest cost increases in just the cost of maintaining the system. Overall, our costs are going up a marginal or an incremental amount, and it's time to adjust that because our city policies are that the users or the beneficiaries of a particular service pay for it, and so we don't subsidize potable water users to irrigation water users or garbage customers to water users. We try to manage those things tightly within the beneficiaries.
And what will the rate increase be for an average customer?
So it'll be about $1.40 a month. What we do for our irrigation customers is we identify an annual cost, and it's currently at $280 for a single family home. The new rate will be $297, and that's a year's worth. We think that compares favorably in the region, but that's an increase of $17 over the year, and then we levelize those bills out to everybody, so you pay the same monthly amount every month. So it's $1.40 and change maybe each month for a total of $17 for the year.
And so what's the process for this rate increase? Where are we at now, and what's the steps that we need to go through?
So we've done our calculating and our modeling whatnot. We've presented it to the City Council's Utility Advisory Committee, that is the citizen advisory group that looks over our shoulder and makes sure that the policies and the calculations are prudent. The next step, which is part of what we're doing today, is some public awareness and public outreach to let people know that it's coming and to explain so that they understand it's not arbitrary and it probably is needed. And then after we conclude an outreach effort and we feel like we've got the bases covered with the public, then the City Council will be presented with ordinances to put this in place. This fall is our intention to present that to the City Council so that the bills that go out in January will see this $1.40 increase.
And citizens who will be impacted, how do they get information?
We've posted some information on our website. If they want to talk to somebody directly, they can call our Public Works office at 942-7500. And I'm sure I know that our website is posting some material that has some of this same information in it.
Okay, very good. We've talked a little bit about potential rates that'll be take effect in 2016. You have a chance as a citizen to voice your opinion when council has it on their agenda for public hearings. And of course, as Pete said, always call the Public Works office if you have more information. I want to thank Pete for joining us here on Richland Spotlight, and we'll see you next time on Richland Spotlight. Thanks. I'm Mike Charbonneau.